What's up? Happy Monday night or Tuesday night, depending on when you're listening, or any night. I'm Laura Cain. This is Laura Cain After Dark. This is my handsome co-host, Erik Rimmer. How you been? How was your weekend?
It was great. How was yours?
It was very blah.
Was it?
Yes. Very blah. I did absolutely nothing.
Well, I think you need that every once in a while.
I know. You know, I slept in. I went to bed at 9 o'clock at night on Saturday night, and I woke up at 2 p.m. the next day.
Oh, you sound like me.
That's not healthy.
Yes, it is.
But I loved it.
I would too.
I didn't put a stitch of makeup on all weekend. It was great.
9 p.m. till 2 p.m. the next day?
Yes.
That's 17 hours.
Oh
That's
my God, I didn't
really
want to do
good.
the math. I did not want to do the math.
Oh, wait a minute. You slept for 17 hours?
Yes.
Wow.
Well,
if I'm counting right.
I don't get any sleep during the week. Or like maybe 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. On nights like this, I get like 4 hours.
Wow.
So it all adds up, I guess.
You are a giver.
Where did that come from? I'm a giver?
You do.
Oh, thank you. Before we start the show, like properly, we need to talk about our brand new sponsor.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Look at this. Capital Growth all over the backsplash and on your screen as well.
Yes.
And we're
Thank
talking
you, Jay.
specifically about Jay Wertzler at Capital Growth. He's been managing money for 35 years, over 35 years. Mm-hmm. He came from the Midwest. He came out here to San Diego 35 years ago with a friend of his, now his business partner. They started Capital Growth, and they've been doing it ever since.
You know what? You should probably speak to him.
What do you mean? Jay? Mm-hmm. What do you mean? About what?
You should probably have him manage your money.
Oh, he is. Believe me.
Thank you, Jay.
Look, if you are getting toward retirement and you're wondering, am I going to have enough money to last me the rest of my years? Mm-hmm. Or if you're like me and you're just now at my age starting to really care about retirement and your money, he will take any client, anybody at any state of life. He can help you. He's specifically a certified financial planner and a certified divorce financial analyst. So he can help you with that money stuff too.
Yeah.
And he told me, I'm probably not supposed to say this, but he goes, you know, maybe he was just saying this because I asked for a friend. But I think if you call him and you have a couple questions, he'll answer your questions, no charge. All right? I mean, I hope I'm not outing him. I hope this is proper. But he's that nice of a person. He's a really good guy. And I'm so excited that we met him because
he's awesome.
He's going to help me and he's going to help you too. Maybe you change jobs and you're like, what am I doing? What am I going to do with my 401k? How do I roll it over? What do I roll it over into? He knows exactly what you need to do.
Yes.
So here's what you do. You can call Jay at 858-552-6960.
And the website is capitalgrowthinc.com.
And he is located off the 5 in the Aventine. You know that super fancy building? He's right there. His office is right on the ground floor.
I used to work out at the Aventine.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
He said he used to too. And then I guess
I probably saw Jay there.
I'm sure you did. That was like the hit place to work out.
It really was.
And then it went like belly up, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Remember they had that sushi restaurant there?
Japango,
yeah.
That they have been in that building that long.
That was the best place to go on a Friday night just to see all the secretaries that got off work.
Oh yeah.
Those skirts went from like ankle and knee length to.
It was a hookup place.
Oh yeah.
But not Capital Growth.
Not Capital Growth. No.
That's serious stuff.
That is serious stuff.
Again,
that's your money, honey.
capitalgrowthinc.com is where you want to go. And again, his phone number is 858-552-6960. Jay, we love you. Thank you so much for being a sponsor on Laura Cain After Dark. Okay, so my host chat. My host chat is the tagline deal that we've got going on, our catchphrase. Mm-hmm. So we've narrowed it down to a couple of ones that we like, but we don't know if we're quite there yet. I said I think last week, or I said on social media that we were going to pick today. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if we're there yet. So let me give you the top choices that we have. Let's talk about it. We just got that from Robert Clooney.
Yes.
Do you like that?
I do. We should do Let's Taco, TACO, about it.
Well, that would
because I love
infer
tacos.
that we're a food podcast or something.
If one of the shows is on Tuesday, I think we could have a seasonal
Taco Tuesday.
Seasonal
Let's talk about it.
but
I don't like it.
This is a Monday.
Well, what she says goes. She's the
No,
boss.
I'm not. No. Keeping it real, keeping it fun. I like that one.
Okay.
Kicking it with Laura and Erik.
Okay.
Do we like that one?
I feel a little left out of that one.
I know. I'm sorry, Brian. Real talk, real life, real fun. I like that one too.
I do too. I like that one.
And I can see the real and then life, talk, fun.
Yes.
Shooting off of it. What do you think? Real talk, real fun? Just plain real talk, real fun.
Hi, Firewife. Good to see you too.
You sound like late 90s commercials, like taglines.
The 90s are bad.
Margaret had a good one.
What?
We should do like Keeping Up with the Canes.
Oh.
The
That is
Canes?
good.
You're not a cane.
Technically, I am.
Keeping up with the LCAD squad. I like that, Margaret. Or keeping up with LCAD.
Yeah, kind of like a
Like
branch
we're
off.
stealing. Okay, keeping up.
Like I could get butt implants
Implants?
in a bunch of Botox,
Keeping up with Kane.
and I think I've got a wig at home.
Keeping up with LCAD. Keeping up with the podcast. Keeping up. Okay, I like it. I like where that's going.
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
Leave it to
The
Margaret.
Kardashians. Hang with us. I don't know if I like that.
Margaret, did you get my text the other day?
Friends Night Out. Do we like that one?
No.
So we're not quite there yet.
It's kind of night in.
Friends Night In. Ooh, that could be better. Friends Night In with Laura and Erik.
Keeping Up with Laura and Erik.
Keeping up with Laura and Erik. Well, it's not enough. I feel like it's not enough. It doesn't say enough about what our podcast is about. So I'm not sure we're quite there yet.
Oh,
Let's give it another week.
Margaret, DM me on Facebook your new number.
Keeping up with Laura and Erik. Yes, Robert. Okay, it's not. There's a nugget there. It's there. We're almost there.
We are. We're
So-
this close.
Can we wait another week, or is that annoying? We're gonna wait another week.
We'll
we gotta
wait
make
one
this
more week.
There's
right.
too many good options.
I know.
There
So
are a lot of people saying hello.
I know a lot of waving.
Someone is asleep at the switch.
Podcast and chill.
Ooh, that's good. Oh,
Oh, Scott
I
Morris.
feel like we'd have to redo.
Scott
I
Morris.
think I love
We'd
that.
have to redo our show logo to look like Netflix.
Or like Blockbuster.
Except that went out of business.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Podcast and chill. Well, we're redoing the logo anyway.
Come back next week when we might be here or out of business as well.
So we could
We
do
will
Laura
be here.
Cain After Dark, podcast and chill.
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
that's
pretty good.
Okay,
That is
all right.
pretty good.
Okay.
I actually really like that one.
Scott Morris.
Scott Morris, we really appreciate this. Scott, I'm writing this down so I don't forget who did this.
Podcasting.
Podcast and chill. I like that.
That
a
is
lot.
really good.
I can't believe we
Be
did.
kind, rewind.
Margaret says she's going to drink and think about it. Thank you,
Margaret.
Thank you so much for
I
doing
actually
that for us.
messaged you on Facebook, so look there.
She was drinking then too.
Be kind, rewind. That's funny, Scott. But I really like podcast and chill.
I do too.
Laura Cain After Dark, podcast and chill.
LCAD 333.
What's that?
One of the suggestions.
Talk, real talk,
Triple
real.
three. What does that mean?
Well, there's three of us.
Well, I know, but that's not quite there. I like it sort of, but not really.
I'm just reading off
I
suggestions.
know. I'm just giving you my feedback. I know it's not you,
Tell it to the live feed.
Margaret. Nothing wrong with it. It's just not quite there yet. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for
Thank you.
all of your. Keep them coming, because whoever wins this contest, possibly Scott Morris, and the front runner. It looks like.
You lucky boy.
You guys, we're taking you to dinner. The three of us are taking you to dinner at a nice restaurant, and we're gonna have so much fun.
Hi, Marcy.
What's up, Marcy?
Don't make us pee.
Okay, so that is my host chat. I know I cannot do that.
She's having a problem.
Coming up After Erik does his host chat and his double D, we have Tati
I know, I'm super
Pelegreen
excited.
coming in. She is from Jesse and Tati on Star 94.1, and you may have known her when she was on 95.7. 2 Cents Tati. I can't wait to talk to her about her career and everything. I purposely did not study up her biography or autobiography or whatever because I didn't want to know ahead of time because I'm excited to find out with you guys what she really is all about.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome.
Okay, so Erik, host chat.
Well, this is embarrassing.
I love it.
Well, so you know how I can fall asleep at the drop of a hat, right?
Yes. Yes, you fell asleep on my couch the other night when you were here for a small business meeting, and then we watched the show.
I did.
And he fell asleep with the dog right next to him. It was really cute.
Oh, this was so nice
took a
and
picture,
warm and
yes.
snuggly, and I just fell asleep. So I wrenched my back a couple days ago, and I wasn't able to get into my chiropractor, and I was getting a massage on Friday. So Wednesday night, I was invited by you to go to Elton John. Remember?
Yes.
And my back hurt so bad. I was like, I'm just going to go home, try and stretch, and see if I can get some of this tension out of my back.
You were the second person I invited, by the way.
Oh.
If he said no, I could have been the third.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you about that after.
Next time.
But yeah, it was a kind of a cluster. But okay,
So
continue.
I get home, change. Don't eat. I just go. I'm in so much pain. I just decide to go right home. I avoid the gym. I'm just gonna go home and stretch, and that's gonna be it. And then it's gonna be a Netflix evening. So I do that, and then I decide to go for the big stretch. And I wake up on the floor, freezing cold, pissed off, but I'm in a position where my back doesn't hurt. So
Are you still mid-stretch?
Yeah.
You fell asleep stretching.
Arms behind my head.
What?
So I think, okay, if I can just pull my comforter off my bed.
You could not make it up to your... Or you didn't want to move.
I didn't want to move.
Oh, I see.
So I reached out, pulled the comforter, and I have a king-size bed, so it seemed like it took forever. Miraculously, a pillow came down with the comforter. So
it's a miracle.
I just decided to sleep there. So I woke up, once again, lights on, TV on the floor, but at least I was warm. Pissed off. I'm thinking, haven't brushed my teeth, didn't put my goodnight patch on.
Wait. Oh, and you didn't put your teeth, your retainers in.
My retainer in, no. 8:48 p.m.
That's when you fell asleep? Or
no, that's when I woke up for the second time.
Oh my God. You're jacked.
I know. So then I thought, well, I'm just going to go back to... I just laid there again. Woke up at 9:49 p.m. and was like, this is ridiculous. I'm putting on the goodnight patch, brushing my teeth, and going to bed. So once again, the floor seems to really work for me. I don't know what
are
the deal
just
is.
exhausted, apparently.
I'm so confused by this story. You were stretching, fell asleep, and then
he was cold.
Instead of just getting into bed, you just reached one arm up like behind you.
Yeah.
Because he was comfortable. He wasn't hurting.
On the floor?
Yeah.
Apparently.
You couldn't have replicated that in your bed?
Apparently not. And this is another thing that I do, which is so aggravating, is I could fall asleep watching a movie, and then I'll wake up and I'll just finish it. What I do is I start it back from the beginning instead of just starting it where I left off.
That's annoying.
I know. Sounds like my mom. I've only seen her make it through like 3 whole movies.
She falls asleep?
Every time.
Oh my God, I used to be like that. And now I'm not. Now I love watching movies the way through.
Have you watched the second episode of White Lotus yet?
Yes. I love that show.
It's getting so good.
It's really good. And so is The Cabinet of Curiosities, Brian. Thank you for this.
What episode are you on?
I finished it.
Oh, which one was your favorite?
Now, I loved the one that we watched.
Oh, yeah.
It was insane. It was the viewing. The one with the rich guy and the alien thing.
So,
what about you?
My favorite's the second one.
Oh, the rats?
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Great.
I love number 5, which is Pickman's Model, which is based
Oh,
off...
you like that was my least favorite one.
That one's based off an H.P. Lovecraft story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Really good. Did you ever see Mandy with...
yes.
So the guy who directed Mandy also directed The Viewing.
Yeah, that was with, what's his name, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, which is the only, genuinely, legitimately great movie I've ever seen Nicolas Cage in.
He was great.
In what?
It's called Mandy. And his fiancée is abducted by a cult.
It's like a psychedelic, rage movie. I don't know how to describe it, but it's insane. It's very good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Mandy?
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of
That
this.
movie makes no sense, and it's totally fine that way.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
great.
Visually, it's incredible. The Viewing was visually very good.
So we're talking about the show that's on Netflix called The Cabinet of Curiosities, which is I want to say Benicio del Toro. It's Guillermo del Toro, the director. He picked a couple directors to do these shows.
He handpicked 8 directors to each direct one episode of his anthology series, kind of showcasing them. I also like the autopsy episode.
That was really good.
I thought that one started out really boring until the end, where it really got good.
That's what I thought about.
That's what the viewing. He fell asleep at the viewing.
I
and
did
then finally,
because I thought, God, this thing is going nowhere.
Once I kind of gave up on it being a proper horror. Sort of episode, I was like, okay, it is good for what it is. Maybe it's not what I was expecting though.
Yeah.
Did you like the murmuring, the one with the birds?
Yeah. I didn't think it was.
That wasn't too scary. It was just more.
It was a little more melancholy.
Dark.
The only one I didn't like is the 4th one where the chick with her beauty cream.
Oh, the lotion.
Yeah.
The girl with the one with the
wasn't-
lotion. That was weird.
It wasn't bad so much as it didn't. I feel like it didn't offer
It was
anything.
kind of.
It's not scary. It's not particularly interesting.
Very interesting looking actress though, for sure.
Yeah.
She's
a very actually prominent voice actress too.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Gosh, you know a lot. Brian.
You're so smart.
You're so smart.
She voiced, I think, Velma in one of the animated Scooby-Doo series at one point.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I watched on Netflix? Everybody needs to watch it. It was so cute.
Oh God, I'm out.
And
I don't do cute.
And she was really good in it.
I don't like it already.
Falling for Christmas with Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, okay.
Okay, a Hallmark Netflix movie.
It
I'm good.
was great.
Does she look good? Is she acting great and
fantastic?
Good? That makes me happy.
And she was really, really cute in it.
Okay.
I loved it. I thought it was going to be maybe kind of dumb, but it was really cute. It had a really cute message.
Did she kidnap anyone's children in it?
No.
Did she meet a guy? Did she move from a big city to a small town and then meet a handsome teacher or something that one of her kids is in class? Oh my God!
Have to watch it.
Same thing.
Netflix does that a lot, where they take really big actors or actresses and put them in literally Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
They put Hayden Christensen in a literal Hallmark Italian restaurant movie. They did it with Vanessa Hudgens, Lindsay Lohan. They're all of them just in Hallmark movies on Netflix.
Yeah.
I wish I was the kind that liked the Christmas Hallmark. Evan loves these movies.
I'm not a big fan of Christmas movies normally, but this was really cute.
But I feel so bah humbug that I don't. Our guest is here. All right, let's do your Daily Dirt, and then we'll bring her on.
All right, come in.
Come on in. I didn't tell her to come in.
Oh, is it locked?
Did you lock it?
No.
Tati? Here, go get her.
Hold on.
And tell her to sit on the couch, and then we'll bring her in. I probably should have given her those instructions. I did tell her to park in my spot, though, so that was good. She did have a parking spot. I know. We can edit this all out. Not that we edit anything at all. But anyway, I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one that doesn't like Hallmark Christmas movies.
I can't stand them.
They're
not good.
I don't know.
I hate to hate on filmmaking because I respect it all, but...
What is your favorite holiday? Oh, you like Halloween.
Oh, my Halloween person.
Yeah,
I do love Christmas, though.
Yeah.
Favorite Christmas movie is... Could be Elf. Elf is such a classic.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Erik, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, that's a good one. And actually, I changed my answer to Die Hard. My favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard.
That's a Christmas movie?
I always forget that's a Christmas movie.
I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen Die Hard?
No.
Die Hard.
Nope. No interest.
You are so un-American.
No interest. Stop it.
All right.
All right, what is up? Play his little music. It's time for Daily Dirt.
I don't even know
Double
where to
D.
start.
I heard one thing, and I can't even believe it. I can't believe how much this guy gets around. How quickly he locks up with somebody else.
He's having the best 2022 out of everyone in the United States.
For sure.
Why don't we just frickin' start with that then?
Sorry. I didn't mean to.
If he's not listed as like sexiest man alive, then
oh God,
I would
listen. I would buy up every People magazine and burn them in a huge bonfire.
On an objective level, on like a purely results-driven level, he is by default the sexiest man alive.
So I'm going to show you guys this little meme that's going around because it's hilarious. It says, Pete Davidson within a week after he arrives in heaven and he's hooking up with Marilyn Monroe.
And he's like, old Pete Davidson.
I was going to bring that up too.
That's funny.
Anyway, he's now hooking up with Emily Ratajkowski.
Oh, from the Blurred Lines video.
Yeah.
Also
the naked chick.
She's just a very famous model.
She's amazing looking.
Oh, yeah.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
From Kim to her, how many months was that? Maybe 6? Not even 6.
2.
I am literally shocked that these women either get broken up with or they break up with somebody and they drop out of the sky and onto Pete Davidson's dick.
I think
I do not get it.
And he's always the rebound, and I think he knows that. So he just goes for the hottest chick he can find who's just been broken up.
Who was she with before? Maybe this isn't a rebound.
An ex-husband.
Yeah.
I think he would be so fun to date. And funny, he'd be laughing the whole time. Super lovable.
I wonder if he's good in bed.
Probably, I bet, amazing. I bet he's very talented. Because
What,
he's
in
had
bed?
to be. Yes. Because he's learned to be. Because he knows he needs to be.
Just looks dirty.
Oh, yeah.
That's part of the appeal.
He's funny.
Funny guys always get laid. Seriously.
He just looks... anyway.
Well...
Moving on.
Yes.
Chris Rock will be the first artist to perform live on Netflix.
Ooh. Good.
That should be interesting.
Oh, did anybody watch Chappelle on SNL?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you think? I didn't.
I thought he was really good.
Yeah, he was really good.
Was it controversial?
Yeah.
He let Kanye West have it.
He did a speech on Trump, which was actually really funny and pretty observant too, which was good.
Anything make you squirm? Or was there anything? Okay.
I like Dave Chappelle a lot.
Me too.
I do too. I like him a lot.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know why I'm whispering, but Tiffany Trump got married.
Yes, I saw that.
Right.
What? She's fairly young, isn't she?
I have no clue.
I don't know. I mean,
when you Google
30.
Tiffany Trump and see how old she is, she looks like she's about 75 years old.
She does?
Yes.
What? I thought you were going to say the opposite.
No. I didn't even know who the picture was.
Uh-oh.
And I'm thinking, who is that? The mother of the bride?
She's 29.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Okay.
She doesn't look that old. She's not a stone cold killer, but she's not.
No.
She looks like her mother.
Who'd she marry?
I don't know. Some dude.
Some dude.
A rich man from Nigeria.
Oh, great. Okay. Alec Baldwin is suing Rust crew members to clear his name.
So he's suing the people that gave him the gun or something?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
that
okay.
kind of makes sense, actually.
It's alleging negligence.
I feel like that one's not actually his fault.
No.
Yeah,
I would not entirely.
I wouldn't want to be a part of that mess.
That was a bummer.
Yeah.
Someone's at fault. I don't think it's him.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. Morrissey quit his concert after 5 songs because LA is too cold. Boo.
He was too cold.
Life is hard.
Oh
Good.
My God.
Walked off the stage after 30 minutes. I wonder who was upset by that.
Oh, a lot of people would love to see him. That would be very disappointing.
Speaking of, I'm walking on air today.
Why?
Guess who just announced a 2023 tour? It's called the Summer Carnival.
Lizzo?
That was going to be Donald Trump.
Pink.
Oh, my.
And it's going to be here at the Snapdragon.
October
that'll
3rd,
be great. 2023. Brandy Carlisle and Pat Benatar and Neil Gelrado are opening.
All of them?
Yeah.
That is great.
Cannot wait. I will have front row tickets.
You know, I'm not a huge Pink person, but I would go see that.
Okay. She's one of the best concerts I have ever seen. I'm sure
she does incredible things. And she's hanging from wires, and she's doing splits.
And she sings everything live. That's
impressive.
I think the biggest thing is that Pink is just, like old news at this point.
No.
She's not okay.
Hold on.
She's not top of mind, but
she's not.
She just came out with a new song. I think
it is. Never Not Gonna Dance Again.
Yes,
and it's great.
I'm never gonna dance.
You two are going with me.
I'm not. Okay, I will go. I want to go see that stadium.
How much are tickets?
I don't know yet. They go on sale, I think, on the 27th.
If they're more than 200, then I should have just gone to Elton John.
I could have gone to Elton John, but
I'll tell you about my Elton John experience on Thursday.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever made a record $180 million this weekend.
I heard the movie was about grief.
Well, I mean, Chadwick Boseman died.
Yeah.
I know, but like the whole thing. It was like, I listened to somebody who saw the movie and said they cried 3 times.
Oh, okay.
That makes me not want to see it.
I didn't like the first one.
I don't feel like crying.
I didn't like the first Black Panther.
I thought the first one was okay. I thought it was overrated for sure, though.
Yeah.
Black Panther was never my favorite superhero, though, so... Not bad.
All right, are you ready for this? This is right up your alley.
Ooh, bring it.
Nick Cannon pays, quote-unquote, a lot more than $3 million annually in child support for his 11 kids.
Probably pays $3 million monthly.
Nick, he has a 12th one on the way. Did you know that?
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
He just had an 11th.
12.
Oh, come on.
Someone give this man a box of condoms.
Yeah, come on,
seriously.
Jesus. This is ridiculous.
Is this like,
nobody
does
needs
he
12
want a lot of
kids?
kids? Or?
Well, the baby mamas must want them with him.
Jeez.
$3 million? Wait, 3...
More than.
Oh, my.
How many baby mamas are there?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Uh-oh.
Nick Cannon first became a father in 2011, welcoming twins Moroccan and...
with Mariah.
Shit with these names. Moroccan and Monroe with ex-wife Mariah Carey. He went on to welcome son Golden, born in 2017, daughter Powerful, born in 2020, and Sunrise, born in September, with Brittany Bell. And the California native welcomed twins Zillion and Zion in June 2021. The same month he welcomed Zen, that's the one that died 7 months later, with Alyssa Scott. Cannon also shares son Legendary, born in July, with Bree Tessie, and daughter Onyx, born in September, with Lanisha Cole. Additionally, Scott, 29, announced last month that she is pregnant with the pair's second child.
And then the one baby mama, the 12th kid, she has 2 other babies with.
Yeah. Enough.
Wow. That is enough.
Already.
Enough already.
12 is enough. All right.
I would love to see a reality show where they all, including all the baby mamas, live in the same house.
Oh, man. Well, remember that one with the chick and the angrier she got, the hair got shorter? The dad was a total loser.
What is this you're talking about?
You know, they had a reality show and they had all the kids, like 20 kids or something.
Oh, the Duggars?
No, not the Duggars, the other ones.
Oh, the John and Kate plus
yes.
8?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 20 at that point. Who cares? Who's counting?
Yeah, where did she go? She kind of fell off there.
Didn't she hook up with a trainer or something? I
think she went kind of crazy, I heard.
Well, she got all cute. She grew up, got extensions, got some plastic surgery probably. Ditched her husband.
Probably.
The fame.
Well, I don't know. Allegedly.
Gotta taste the fame.
Yes.
Okay, this story, I still cannot stop laughing over. And I'm gonna read this little bit of print, and then I'm just gonna leave it at that. Flavor Flav loses it at the airport after he misses his Spirit Airlines flight.
Who is Flavor Flav?
You don't know Flavor Flav? With the guy that wears a big clock around his...
Flavor Flav!
He's been in all the reality TV, like in the houses that he...
Not a reality TV.
No, there's been a show. He had a show.
Uh-huh.
Flying on Spirit Airlines. He's not that famous, I guess.
That is the thing that kills me the most. I'm just like, wow. And then I think the same week, Vanilla Ice lost it at Delta because the flight took off without him.
Oh.
And they're both recorded, and they are hilarious.
Oh, I love seeing freak outs.
Awesome.
If you show up late.
Right.
No, apparently they were there and didn't hear that they were mad because they didn't hear that it was like last call to board the flight.
Okay, well, you know,
listen.
yeah.
I know.
Pay attention.
Says on your
He was probably wearing his clock and the ticking was just too loud. So, some Real Housewives news. Real Housewives of New York Legacy, another one that's coming out that I probably
Is it like a best of or
they're bringing Jill Zarin and Kelly Ben-Simone.
Oh boy. Oh, Kelly, I didn't need to see her again.
Ramona is out of Real Housewives of New York after 13 seasons.
Aren't they all out?
I think
Didn't
so.
they reboot the whole thing?
Yeah, I think they're all out. And then Ramona's already weighing in on the Real Housewives of New York Legacy, and she's not happy.
Okay.
And then Teresa Giudice is not going to be back on Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Yeah, it's probably time for her to go.
Yes. And then Real Housewives of Salt Lake City caught Jen Shaw screaming and cussing on the streets of Salt Lake City, just having a total meltdown. And apparently that's recorded too.
I love when people freak out.
Oh my gosh.
Or get in fights. Do you watch fights? Like, do you love it when people...
I don't. I get very nervous.
I have to watch and I have to spy. I just love
reality
it.
TV.
No, in real life.
Oh yeah, in real life, of course.
So I've got just a couple more.
It's a car crash.
Jay Leno's face got burned in a car fire.
His face?
Yes,
Oh,
something
no.
with gasoline ignited. And
That'll do it.
Bummer.
Yeah. So, I hope he's doing better. Jennifer Aniston's dad, John Aniston, of Days of Our Lives, died at 89.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Did you see the cover of her on, like, Allure with that weird Chanel bikini?
Yeah.
Okay, does she not look happy at all?
No, and you know, she's come out and say that she kind of regrets not having kids. That's kind of what I got. Like,
yeah.
She wishes she would have frozen her eggs or whatever.
Yeah. But it's such a weird cover.
Yeah, it is kind of bizarre.
Yeah.
But we're talking about it, so it worked.
I know, it worked. Remember Gallagher, the comedian that used to smash the watermelons?
Yes.
He died at 76.
Bummer.
Good news for watermelons.
Yeah, they can all rest easy.
Yes.
All right, so that's it.
All right. Good double D. Okay.
Thanks, Mommy.
Do we have any, like, fun music that we can introduce our special guest as she comes walking over to the mic? It's time for your big... Yes, that's good. That's good. Perfect. Come on down, Tati. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, you look so pretty.
Hi.
Have a seat.
Okay.
In the big studio here in my kitchen. It's very nice, isn't it?
It is very nice. I love the green room. I was with Elvis.
Oh, did he give you trouble?
No, not at all.
Okay, good. Because sometimes it depends on what vibe the person gives off. He can be a little bit of a pill.
Oh, I thought that Elvis would lick my face and do all of that, but then I wasn't sure what type of dog Elvis was, so I figured I'd take my face away. You know, they say don't
What
put
kind
your...
of liquor? What he actually licks?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What did you just
sorry.
do? Did you drop it
Hold
on?
on.
Uh-oh.
No, I have a piece of cheese in there, like a whole
goodness.
block of
Oh,
cheese.
don't let Elvis get
That's
that.
why he was barking at the cheese. He
Oh,
loves cheese.
God.
Anyway.
What kind of cheese is that?
It's like a marbled jalapeno.
Oh, no. That is going to burn going out of Elvis's burrito.
Yeah. Oh, big. Oh, that's not going to be pretty.
And mine.
You just have a chunk of cheese in your...
Why do you have a chunk of
Why do you have a chunk of cheese
so
wrapped in a
random.
gross paper towel?
Oh, because I was going to make a quesadilla and then I ate everything separately.
That is so
I was
weird.
wondering why you're just munching on
I
tortilla.
did, Tati, I'm just going to show you because I'm totally ashamed. I was eating it like I was just,
Like a rat.
yeah. Just
Is that your little nibbles on the corner there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like a mouse.
Are you on a strict cheese diet?
I wish I was.
So we're very excited to have Tati on from the very famous Jesse and Tati Show on Star 94.1. I have to admit something to you.
Okay.
So,
I like confessions.
oh gosh, this one is... I can't believe I'm going to tell you this. So, it was probably... I don't know, I want to say... How long have you been on? 3 years? 2 years? 3 years?
I joined in September of 2019.
Okay.
So right before the pandemic kind of hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, right about then, I learned that Delana was moved to afternoons and that Jesse was alone.
Yes.
That's what I thought. So I was like, oh my God, here's my chance. And I got all my notes together and I booked a appointment with Melissa, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to pitch myself. I am about to leave. I'm looking at my phone, and on Facebook, big announcement, Tati joins Jesse in the mornings.
Aww.
I was like, oh my God. I went to the meeting anyway, and I didn't know you. I knew you from 95.7
Yes.
and 2 Cents Tati, and I was like, okay, well, I know her. I've heard of her. I was kind of mad, obviously disappointed.
Yeah.
But
well, I heard of you way before. I mean, I knew of you for a while.
Oh,
so
in a good way or a bad way?
In a great way.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, hello. Like,
well,
I keep calling you Icon, and I feel like you were getting offended. I'm like, why is she offended? It's such a honor. Like, you're a legend. You're an icon. Like, you are an OG to Star 94.1. Like, you were.
Thank you.
You paved the way for big mouths like me, and you just live unapologetically, and that's kind of what I do. So
yeah.
You made it a good transition for women to come up in radio and be authentically themselves.
Well, my God, thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I really, we haven't ever really gone to lunch, or we haven't really even had a big conversation.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just vibe with you already, not even knowing you very well. And that's why I was excited to have you in. And I was happy for you
Aww.
and Jesse. And you guys have, you guys are doing so good, and you represent Star so well.
Aww.
And your party was so fun. They had a 90s party at
yes.
and it was so fun. And your listeners are great. You really should be proud.
Yeah, we are. But remember that you started. You started it all.
Move it so we can see.
Oh, there we go. There
we
she
go.
is.
Oh,
We're live on Instagram. Well, thank you for saying that. I really appreciate that.
Well, it's funny that you were like, I have a confession. That would have been my same move.
Of course.
You know what I mean? If
We're
I had
hustlers.
if I heard there's an opening and it's where I want to be, I'm going to go for it. It's not a slam against whoever is, also trying for the job.
Right.
It's so... I'm glad that you went for it. And I was actually told once I got in that you were trying for the job, and I was like, oh man. I was like, that's gonna be weird. What do you guys think? And they're like, Laura's awesome. And I was like, okay, good. Awesome. I hope it's not weird.
I don't make things weird ever.
I never try to make things weird. Hi, you.
But I had to tell you that because I was on the couch and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, we have always talked about, being that you are in the building. Oh, you are so strong.
Oh,
You're
leave
so
her
strong.
alone.
Elvis literally pushed me. My whole thing went like this. That was Elvis. I've known of you forever. I mean, when I first came here, I came to San Diego in 2006, and I was told that Jeff and Jer was the household name, right? And even back then, I knew there was a female voice on the show, and I absolutely disliked that the woman on the show never really got her name on, so when I would say, well, who's the lady? There's a lady on the show too, and she's great. And they're like, oh, that's Laura Cain. She's been with them for a long time. I'm like, oh, okay. So why is her name not in the big lights, And so ever since 06 to now, I've always that's kind of my thing where it's like these big shows are not big without the women who bring their lives.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're so true. You're so right.
Yeah,
it's women listeners,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they want to. I mean, they men can't relate to women. Sorry,
they try. God love them. They try.
Some men can definitely relate.
I can.
So.
We joked. I get my period at least once a week.
I believe it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
At least.
His man period is bad.
You nibble cheese. I for sure believe it.
I think I'm fixing to start.
Oh no.
So in 2006, was that where did you come right from Hawaii?
I did. And
were you in radio there?
I was there. It was Clear Channel at the time. So I was in Hawaii doing Clear Channel for 7 years, and then I moved out here in 2006.
Were you part of a show? Was your name on the show?
I was grinding, when you're just trying to get on. I started doing. I was like an intern. I sang a parody to Mambo No. 5. I used to call the radio station and introduce one of the songs. When they would have guest DJs on the night show, I would be like, "Oh, can I introduce No. number 7, please. And they'd be like, you introduced a song the last 2 days. We're going to have to give you a break. I was like, I can do voices. I can like mask my voice and make it different so I can be on. Like, I just wanted to hear myself on the radio.
When you have radio in your blood, you have it in your blood. You cannot help but listen and want to be a part of it.
Yes.
Isn't it weird?
It is. But that's why I have so much respect for our listeners, because I know what it's like to listen to radio and want to be a part of. Mm-hmm. You know? So because I have that background, it's not like, oh, these guys are weird, or, oh, you know, some people are like, isn't it weird that people just come up to you and talk to you? I'm like, no, I love it. I love that they just come up and feel so comfortable.
People say that to me sometimes. Is it weird that I know everything about your life? I'm like, no, I'm flattered. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you
Thank you for being interested.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, because I don't think I'm so interesting, but if you think so, cool.
So wait, so you were in Hawaii, 2006. Did you see a job opening in San Diego, or did Clear Channel say, hey, there's a job we want you in San Diego, or how'd that happen?
So at the time I was doing, I want to say I was doing middays on the island station. And then we had a consultant from the mainland. We call this the mainland, people from Hawaii. But his name was Rick Thomas, and he consulted our radio stations there. And then one day he asked if I ever thought about doing mainline radio. And I said, my dream is to go to New York or LA. I used to watch a lot of MTV.
Oh, yeah.
So we're like, okay, you know, whatever's on TV, that's what LA or New York. But he said, would you ever go? And I said, of course I would go if they would have me. And he said, well, I think there's something opening up on a station called Z90. And I said, oh, okay. And this is when Clear Channel was selling off the 3 stations because they had 10, I believe, at the time. Mm-hmm. So that perfect storm happened, and I got a call back maybe 3-4 months after that initial, would you go? And I took an interview, and I interviewed, and I hung out with Chino. Chino's on
I love Chino.
And so I worked with him for like 1.5 years. So that Rick Thomas was the one who brought me over.
Oh my gosh.
And I came as a single mom, and brought my son with me.
How old was your son at the time?
8.
And so you had to leave your whole family?
Yes, everything I knew. I was an island girl. I thought I was a city girl, though, which is kind of funny.
When you came here, were you a little bit...
I was
intimidated, or were you scared, or anything like that? Or?
Okay, well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what was weird is I noticed that there weren't any birds, and when I said that, everyone was like, "What?" And I was like, "Where's your birds? Like, you guys don't have any birds. Like, there's no birds." And they're like, "No, we have birds." I'm like, "No, it's like I see like these like seagull with the long legs maybe, and that's it."
Yeah.
And I said, and then you guys have these big black cats with wings. They're like disgusting, and their poop is huge, and they're like the crows. I'm like, that's not birds. So that was my first. And then the freeways here were overwhelming for me. Oh. We don't have very many freeways in Hawaii, so I would have like panic attacks on the freeway.
Oh, I can't imagine. And San Diego is like the merge capital of the world. It seems like those merges are bad.
Well, only in San Diego do you have to like get into an actual NASCAR race when you want to get on the freeway.
Oh, right. It's
like,
so true.
It's so annoying. I'm like, why are you speeding up? You see me coming onto the freeway. I'm going really slow. But
so from Z90, then you went to
Erik. Are you bored yet, or what?
No.
This
okay.
I love it.
Yes, he loves this.
You sure? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nibble your cheese in the meantime.
Don't be shy.
I want to smell it, actually.
She just gave me, our guest just gave me permission, so I might
go ahead.
Don't be shy. If I had my own snacks, I'd bring it and eat it too.
It's chili pepper.
That's good.
Yeah, that's not going to be fun coming out.
I like spicy, but it's never fun coming out.
No.
Yeah. I came in. You were still on the air when I first got here.
Until 2017.
Yeah.
When we got blown out.
Yeah, it was, I was over on, Finest City Broadcasting and then local media. So once I got to that side, when we moved to Sorrento Valley, I didn't know anything about you guys after that. I was like head down trying to do a morning show all by myself and compete against like AJ and...
Oh yeah, AJ, was it the Playhouse at the time? AJ's Playhouse?
Yeah.
Treehouse?
Treehouse,
AJ's Treehouse.
All the houses.
No, that was big.
All the houses
933. He was, and then we at that time, I think we were on Star, maybe 94.1. I don't know. It's kind of a blur at this point. But when did you get to 95.7?
I moved to DC from 2013 to 2016, and then I came back.
You did?
I did. I was in Washington, D.C. for 3 years. I loved it.
Did you?
Oh my gosh,
I loved it.
close
to New York? Is that why you chose to go there? Why did you leave San Diego?
Well, do you know Pablo is?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so Pablo's on Gem in 95.7. Pablo and I've known Pablo since I was 19. He still thinks of me as like the 19-year-old little slut that I was back then. So it's really hard to kind of erase that memory from his head. He still remembers me as like, the girl who first started radio with him. But he went to DC and he was there for a year. And then his co-host, her name was Free. She was on 106 in Park. Do you remember her? AJ and Free was on BET doing their music video show, but it was a countdown show. She exited the building and he said, I think there's an opportunity for you to come up here. And I was here in San Diego and I said, are you kidding me? And he was like, but you have to come, like, I'm booking your ticket tomorrow.
So you had to move your whole life and your son again?
Well, I went for the interview, and yes, I did. I was like, I'm going. Because I wanted to do big market radio. To me, San Diego is big market, but it was still not top 10.
Exactly.
And I needed that on my resume so that I could ask for a raise.
Yes. Good girl.
They will not pay you unless you... It's so annoying.
Oh, my God. Don't even get me started.
Okay.
Do not.
About the bosses watch this.
But when you were on 95.7, I remember, I really remember hearing you when you started 2 Cents with Tati.
So 2016, yes.
And that I thought was phenomenal. And I thought to myself, how does she come up with a topic? It was every day, wasn't it? Or was it twice a week? Or it was.
It was every day.
Yeah.
It was every day. And at first it was like in the 7 a.m. hour, and I didn't feel like it was good there because there were still kids in the car, and sometimes I would talk about things that were a little more mature. So I was like, if we can move it to the 8 a.m. hour, that'd be better. But then, that when I got to Star, they were like, yeah, maybe not every day then. Let's cut it back, because my 2 cents really is just me being very opinionated and sometimes really raw about like my own experiences.
It's great.
I didn't think so at first. I actually was very scared to give my 2 cents.
Why?
My life and my walk is very different from others, and I think that sometimes when you speak about your very personal experiences, if someone cannot relate and they feel like they're being put down when you're talking about your experiences, or, it could be problems. I asked about security. I was like, do we have security here? Because we need security. And they were like, what are you going to say that's so bad? And I was like, well, my son's, he's Hawaiian Filipino, but on site he's black. And he has been, made to feel as a second-class citizen since he was a child, So I talk about things like that. I talk about, things that are happening in the news when it comes to race relations. And I know that is not something that people like to talk about. So
have you ever been discriminated against because you're or
no? Well, I'll tell you this. When I went to Washington D.C., they call it Chocolate City, and there are a lot of well-to-do black folks. There's a lot of black folks there, and they're just as welcoming as Hawaii people. They bring you in. You know what I mean, and they kind of say, all right, well, this is what it is, and they kind of welcome you to their culture and what they do, and I went to their go-go clubs, I went to all of their DC hangout spots, and when you meet people who are willing to say, hey, we know that you're not from here, let's teach you about our area, that's something to me is like, it means a lot, and sometimes you don't get that welcome. So I don't think I was ever discriminated against. I was definitely the only person on the show that wasn't black. So, it was a really good experience to feel like what it is on the West Coast, which normally, if you're even lucky, you'll get one black person in a room of all white people. So I got that experience where it was like, they used to always say the token. I was the token. And I was like, ooh, this is good. This is what it feels. I want to feel this. I want to feel this. My opinion is such a small opinion in a room of everyone who looks the same. Because that is what they experience all the time, so.
Do you remember what your first 2 cents was about?
I do not. And I was very scared to do it. And they were like, you need your own benchmark. And I was like, I don't need my own benchmark. They said, no, you do, because your co-host has. He did Moment of Clarity.
How did you come up with the name? Did you come up with that? It's great.
I think it was a collective effort. At first it was like, maybe we should do Tell 'em Tati, say whatever. And then it was like, well, maybe like your 2 cents, since it's opinions. And I was like, oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And so it ended up being Tati's 2 cents. And
what was your last one about?
this last one, I met a couple at the 90s party. They were celebrating, I think it was 38 years married. And their name was Terry and Steve. And I said, what is the secret? Like, 38 years is a long time, you know? And marriages, I feel like, change. People change, and sometimes they grow apart. So I just wanted to know, like, after 38 years, are you guys even still in love? Like, or are you guys just tolerating each other and being roommates? You know what I mean? Like, and they were like, trust and respect. And so that's what it was about. It was just a sharing of, you know, successful. You know, I don't know if it's successful. It's just long, right? Because sometimes long doesn't mean successful. But
trust is, well, obviously the number one thing.
Yeah.
Once that's gone, I mean, come on.
That's it.
You can't really ever get that back, really.
Yeah. Well, you can't have peace when they're not with you if you don't trust them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Your husband is awesome, by the way. First experience I had with her husband, whose name is Marvin. Great guy. He was at the party. I picked his name out of a jar. I'm like, who's Marvin? And they're like, oh, that's Tati's husband. I'm like, oh my God. And it was a karaoke. I had to do a karaoke with him. And he's like, oh, he was so nervous. He was so cute. He's like, oh man, who put my name in the jar?
So somebody put his name in.
He was so
They were
mad.
so good. Laura and Marvin killed it.
He killed it. I could barely keep up, but he was so great. We did oh God, what was it? Bust a Move.
Young MC.
It was fun. And
Laura, I was shocked that you knew the song. You were on it, and I was like, "Dang, okay, Laura." And I was like, "Oh, hello." Like I said, you were on in the '90s. Of course, you know that song.
I know. It makes me icon. When you say icon, it makes me feel old. Probably because I am old, but you know, I just have to accept that fact. But I appreciate you explaining it further to me.
Yeah, it's respect.
Well, that is so nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I mean, you're not just it's just Laura. You know what I mean? Like, no, you made a name for yourself. You're a household name. Like, people know who Laura Cain is.
Oh my God. Like, just like they know who Tati is.
Yeah,
and
I'm
Jesse
getting
and Tati.
there.
Yes, you are getting there.
I'm getting there. I left for 3 years. I came back. Now I got to keep making a name.
What is your, like, future plan? Or future goal or want?
You know, I don't know. You know, lately I've really been thinking, you know, as long as I'm on my purpose and I'm doing and people still say that they feel good after listening to the show or they've learned something new, you know, then I'm still on my path. But I don't know. I feel like I'm a one-trick pony, Laura. Erik?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I've only done radio since I was 19. I've never really, like, done anything else. Well,
you don't need to.
Well,
not yet until you have to.
But until I have to, you know what I mean? Like, I've been very blessed to still be in this industry, and so I don't know if you know if the lights turned off and it was done, I don't know what I would do.
Same. That's why I'm like barely hanging on because I'm like I don't know how to do anything else but this.
And you know what it is? It's connecting with people.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that you have a podcast and you guys still do what we do, it's the same, you know, it's the same energy that you're giving out and you're still sharing your light. So I think that's amazing.
What do you think about radio in general? Like, where's it going?
I wish that radio was cultivating new talent and bringing in the younger and kind of having them help us because not that we're out of touch, but social media is a big deal. And, you know, all these apps that are coming out, I can't keep up.
Right.
You know, and I hate to be one of the radio talent that goes, oh my gosh, I got to do another social media app, you know, and it's like, as much
it's
as
hard.
It is a lot. And it's a job.
It's time consuming.
Yeah, it's a job. He's
21, 22. He just turned.
Excuse me.
Sorry, 22.
Well, yeah.
Our son. This is our son.
That is my full-time job. So yeah, it's definitely a consuming thing.
Well, imagine if somebody told you what you do, and then, but please do 5 other jobs and do it all in, you know, the one job and it was one job and they're not paying you any more extra to do all the other things. So it's getting harder and harder, I feel like, you know, for the 40-somethings.
It's a requirement now, yeah.
What about getting an intern or something like that?
Yeah,
that
that takes money from, you know, the name, the you know, the big company name.
Right,
and so sometimes, you know, that's a little hard, but
it's like, oh yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, oh God, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I pray for it all the time. I'm like, support is always needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about syndicating?
I don't know. You know, Syndicating would be nice, but every time I listen to a syndicated show, it's lost its warmth.
That's why Jeff and Jer.
It's so political and so.
It's because it's
driven.
not. It's not local.
It's not local. Yeah,
That's why Jeff and Jer never wanted to syndicate, as much as people told them to.
Yeah, I mean, I would be open to it. I have 3 kids. I got mouths to feed, and maybe college.
What are their ages?
I got a 24, a 15, and a 12-year-old.
You have a 24-year-old?
I know, it's unbelievable.
Yes. When I said Pablo met me at 19 and was a little slutty, no, I'm just playing. I wasn't slutty. I mean, I dressed terribly, but I was looking for love really young. Yeah, I have a I think a lot of people nowadays reveal their childhood traumas to just kind of let people understand. Why were you a teen mom again? Mama was fast.
Do we have 2 daddies, 3 daddies, 1 daddy?
I surprisingly kept it at 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so my husband now is the father of my 2 younger, my 15 and my 12-year-old, and my son, my 24-year-old is from my high school sweetheart.
Aww.
Yeah, I should call him my high school butthead. I hope he watches this.
What's he doing?
I don't know.
Actually,
Actually,
is he in town or is he
No.
still in Hawaii? Or?
He's in Hawaii.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you say Hawaii?
He's
How do you
in
say
Hawaii.
it? Hawaii. How do you say it? Hawaii? I'm trying to say it like you guys say it.
So, I think the proper way to say it is Hawaii. It's kind of like a V sound.
Oh.
Hawaii, but a lot of people just say Hawaii.
Is that where you were born?
I was born and raised in Hawaii, but I'm not Hawaiian. Ooh, this is fun. Can I teach you?
Please do.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh.
So,
Yes.
Hawaiian is an actual race like Native Americans is an actual race.
Okay.
So when people say, "Oh, you're Hawaiian," I always say, "No, I'm not Hawaiian." They're like, "But you were born, you're from Hawaii." And I said, "But a lot of people move to Hawaii and, and then have babies, and so their children are from Hawaii, but the actual race, it's an actual race. So they call them Native Hawaiians, just like they do Native Americans."
Okay.
And the Hawaiian people were also done the way the Native Americans were done, which is their land was taken and occupied and used to be a port, for goods to go from one place. It's land in the middle of the ocean. It's a good place to kind of go there, port, and then grab stuff and then go to the, the other side of the Pacific. So
Was it fun growing up in Hawaii?
it was. I
It
learned.
seems like it's so exotic and fun, and you're in the water every day. It seems
Yes.
like that's what it would be like.
Yeah, we went to the beach a lot. That was kind of, that's what you did for fun. And people always say, "Oh my gosh, I could never because I get island fever." I'm like, I didn't know the difference.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know what, when people are like, "Don't you get island fever on the islands?" I'm like, no, because all we know is to, take in the natural, gems that are given. To be by the ocean is just
A warm ocean.
yeah.
Yeah.
You see how much it costs up and down the PCH. Like,
Oh my gosh.
people pay for that. So to
Yeah.
be on an island where you're surrounded by water, I mean, I didn't know how lucky I was until I left Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
And people would say, "Wait, why would you leave Hawaii?" And I'm like, opportunity.
Are your
Yeah.
parents still there?
My parents are still there.
Are they still married together and everything?
They are.
Wow.
Yeah, they are still together.
That
So,
is awesome.
It is. They had a little separation and divorce in the middle, but then they got remarried again.
Hey,
Oh, that's awesome.
whatever
Yeah.
works. That's cool.
I'm not there to tell them what to do. I was like, you do whatever makes you guys happy.
Right.
But yeah.
So, what do you have going on tomorrow on the show? That we can listen for?
I wish I knew. We have a producer, so she does.
Oh, yeah.
She pretty
Shelley,
much.
Producer Shelley.
Yes, producer Shelley is amazing. I like to call her executive producer Shelley Brown. I like to give her full title because she earns that and more. She
Yeah.
is just so amazing. She keeps us on task because Jesse and I are kind of like the female and male version of each other. We're all over the place.
You know what? I know why you did this, and I don't know why you're still doing it, but Jesse is in one big giant studio.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this little teeny tiny, which should be Randy's studio, teeny tiny studio, and that's where Tati is, and then Shelley is where Tony used to be behind the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know you did that because of COVID
Yes.
originally.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't you in there with him?
I have access to not only the next gen computer, but I also have like a computer to like look up stories, and I have Adobe Audition. I also know how to cut up audio, and you know, if there's a news story about Pete Davidson's BDE and somebody wants to talk about it, then I can take Ariana Grande saying yes, he hit from the back row nice, and I can like grab that and play that back and tell stories. But I rarely play audio. But if I wanted to, I could, because I'm in that studio.
Wait,
so.
Ariana Grande said what?
She didn't, but I'm saying if she did.
I was like,
she said Pete had BDE, you know.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I was like, that little thing? Oh.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay.
No. I hear it's massive.
Yes, I hear that too.
But I mean, you know, that doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter, but I think he's got other things going on for him.
Yes, I agree.
Funniness and tenderness and
it's not a competition.
It's not.
You ever see celebrities that they're both really good looking, and it's like, gosh, do you guys even like do you like look at each other and go, oh my gosh, he's gonna cheat on me, he's so hot?
Yeah, as a woman, it would be, you kind of want to be the prettier one. You know, you want to be the better looking one. As a woman, I don't know. I'm speaking for myself, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you what I've never been attracted to, like some really good looking muscle. Like when we walk in the room, everyone's like, you know, like that's not the guy I've ever been attracted to.
Big muscular? No.
I like a little soft here and there, some hair here and there.
See, I like Pete Davidson. I
Pete Davidson?
do. I would do him 100%.
But is it because
I won't let her.
You're a good friend, Erik.
I know,
thank you. His humor. I think he's probably really sweet.
I believe that part. I do believe that he's sweet, and
he put you on a pedestal.
Yes, and I think it's because of his trauma.
Oh yes.
So you know, as somebody, you know, because of what happened in his childhood, or you know, losing his father and that grief, I think he knows how to be a compassionate and caring lover rather than just need his. You know,
you've nailed it completely.
You know what? I hope he and Emily work out, because I would love to see the tattoo that he gets with her name on it. That will start like here, continue around the back, like
wraparound cheat. Her name is Emily Wraparound Cheat, and it'll just go all the way around.
Exactly.
Yeah, sounds about right.
He could probably fit that name on his dick.
Probably.
Tattooed it on there.
Probably, and then have some room left over.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything that you'd like to say to our listeners that before you take off and before we end the show?
You guys have such a treat here. You know, when you guys when I see clips of the show and you guys just touch on everything, and Erik, wow, what will you not like the way you roll dick out of your mouth is like like you do it on a daily basis.
Well,
in Hawaii we call it no shame. You know, like, oh wow, no shame, man. Like, you know, you just go, you know, and I love that you're right there with him, Laura. But is it weird to be the more tamer of the two of you? Because you are the more tamer, I feel.
Oh
like.
no, she's not.
Oh, okay, so.
Yes, I am. I keep it on track. I keep this monster on track.
You should have seen when we first started.
It was so bad.
Oh.
We were so naughty because it was a podcast. You can say anything on a podcast.
Well,
you can do anything
after dark,
right?
So people are expecting some things that happen after dark.
I mean, we talked about blowjobs, and we talked about this and that, and like sex this, and oh my god! But then we kind of went, you know what? We're not really those kind of people, like down in our core. We're really not.
Yeah.
So why are we doing this? So now it's still Lurking After Dark, but we're not as naughty as we used to be.
I'm so glad, because I don't know if I want to talk about blowjobs
I
tonight.
know. No, we don't do that anymore.
Now that my son's 24,
we'll wait till
it's
you
a
come
little
for a
weird.
second visit.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll tell you about walking the dog later.
Oh, no.
The dog?
Yeah, we can't. It was a
let's
whole
not.
demonstration on a banana. We don't want to do that.
This is my first date, guys.
I know. I know. We'll stop.
No, thank you for having me.
I know, I'm sorry.
Oh
Brian,
my gosh.
Aren't you glad we're not like that anymore?
You can have your $20 back.
Oh no!
Did you just quit?
No,
don't
you
do
just
that.
leave us?
It's
No.
negotiating power.
Oh, okay. You better move to a big market and come back.
Oh my god. He wants to be a movie director, so.
Oh,
yeah.
We call
okay.
it film, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, film.
Oh, film.
Darling.
We'll start with movies and then we'll work to film.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And he's gonna do it. Oh, but according to Mr.
I'm
Predicto, he's
I'm
not.
gonna have to audition.
Yeah,
though.
fuck that little boy.
I know. I know. Do you have a question you want answered?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, give it.
Will I be back for a second episode or a second date with Laura and Erik?
Guaranteed yes.
The outcome cannot be predicted.
Oh, okay. Sometimes he's like that.
He's very moody.
He's about to have his rags. He's about to go on this one.
Okay, hold on. Did people enjoy Tati on the podcast tonight?
Everything points to no.
Well, it was nice. Aloha. You guys. Mahalo for having me.
He's such a bad person. I don't like Mr. Ridiculous.
Oh my god.
All right. It's so honest, though. It makes a good podcast.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Anyway, well,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tati.
That
for
made
being
me
here.
sweat.
I know. He's very.
I wanted to
bad
ask
ball.
you questions because I love that you are embracing the
Homeless look?
the hobo chic.
Yes.
I love it.
It's diesel.
Oh wait, talk about your homeless. When you slept on the streets, didn't you do that?
Yes, we
And
do.
isn't that your passion? I want to hear about that. Darn it, I forgot to ask you.
Well,
about
do
that.
we still have time?
Yes. You have as much
Yes.
time as possible.
Oh, this is not like.
could talk all you want.
Yes, you can talk all you want. We don't have any commercials to play. We don't have any of that.
This is different.
Yes, it's very different.
Whoa. Okay. StreetSleepSD.org. I want to say. It is San Diego Youth Services, and they're an organization that I've recently linked up with, and what they do is help homelessness among youth. And sometimes when people think, "Oh, I'm in youth," what does that mean? Like little kids? And I'm like, it runs the gap. Like it goes even above 18, because as you know, there are people who age out of the system. They call them transition age youth. So once foster care is, I don't know why they do that.
That's so sad.
My son just recently moved out a year ago, and he's, like I said, he's 24. I could not imagine, he would always be so worried when he was a teenager, like, I don't want to be homeless. He thought at 18 I would just kick him out. I'm like, are you kidding me? I was like, why would you, what made you think? Oh, because you have so much attitude towards me? You're ungrateful, and I tell you all the time I would never kick you out. But yeah, so it's nice to link up with organizations that already have their things in order, because I don't have a 501c3. I'm not, my efforts are more grassroots, and my efforts are 3 times a year. We collect a bunch of sleeping bags, blankets, men's clothing, jeans, sweaters, and then we hand them out to the homeless. So, but we didn't do that during the pandemic because everyone was scared of COVID.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they probably really suffered.
It did, but I'm not an organization. I don't have any overhead. I don't have any staff to pay. So, for me...
Did you actually sleep on the street?
I did.
Tell me about
So
that.
we don't sleep on just like any sidewalk. It's actually, there's someone watching out for us. So we're not, just out there left to, be an actual homeless person. But the reason for street sleep, and I did this back in Washington, D.C. as well, is the first time I tried it, is it's really just to gain perspective. When you're on the hard concrete and you just have a cardboard box and you have your sleeping bag, I mean, there is nothing more, genuine about feeling how uncomfortable that is, and knowing that there are people who have to do this every single night. And some people say, well they're on drugs, or or they choose that life. I meet people, and it's like, I don't think that we understand that we are all just a paycheck away from homelessness.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Or a mental breakdown.
For sure.
I think that a lot of times when I was younger, I come from a background of numbing with substances, and so had I not had angels in my life, I feel like people who were placed there to kind of help me out, I could have been that person who was on the street. So it's just, it's just to gain perspective, and it's one night, and that's what we tell people. It's like, we will be there for one night. I'll sleep in the cold. You don't have to, but I would love for you to help out and just give anything you have to, help San Diego Youth Services continue to give programs, and so that those, kids don't have to live out on the streets. And there's a lot of teen parents too.
Yeah.
I was a teen parent. Thankfully, my mom didn't kick me out when I got pregnant.
Some do.
I know.
Yeah.
And I got pregnant twice in high school.
You did?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
And my mom kept me in the home, so
Good.
I was very blessed in that regard. So I know that that's not the case for all, teen parents and teen moms.
Well, they just I just saw on the news about a week or two ago that they're trying to go to the city council to
Yes.
say that living in an apartment or a home isn't a luxury. It's a right of life. Like it's,
Yes.
you know, because it's such a huge problem, not
Yes.
just here, but in so many places.
I mean, the experience of being on the street in itself, that's trauma.
Mm-hmm.
That is day in, day out trauma. Like having to worry about, you know, when people go, oh, they're on drugs, that's why they're walking around at night, and you see them sleeping around in the day, and I go, no, they're sleeping in the daytime because people are out and about and can watch out for them. They're walking around at night because that's when they're more vulnerable to attacks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you've seen in the news that people just beat up, they treat them like they're not actual people.
Right.
You know? So yeah, it is a right. You should be able to have shelter, and we live in the greatest country in the world. How can we not?
I know.
You know,
Yeah.
just have something that is available to them. So you know, it's hard, and I think that sometimes we have to get it at the root, and we have to start while you know they're kids. You know, you see a kid who's having a hard time and who's going through abuse and trauma at home. You know, that's where it starts. You know, to get that person in that time frame of their lives.
Right.
You know, but it takes a lot of people. It's hard. I don't know the cure of homelessness, but I just always feel like, you know, I was set on that trajectory, and thankfully I didn't end up being,
Yeah.
you know, homeless. And,
Well, thank you for bringing that to light for us.
thank you for
Yeah.
letting me talk about
That's
it.
awesome.
Because, you know, I could keep talking about Pete's junk, but, you know, we also, you know, it's nice to bring up some,
Right.
you know, that's why I love it. You know, I had a friend in D.C. that she called her segments edutainment, and it was education and entertainment. So she was like, you need a little balance, you know?
I love
let's
that.
Let's talk big dicks, but also homeless people, huh? And I was like, yeah.
Edutainment. I'm going to write that down. Edutainment. Maybe that could be our catchphase.
Her name was Poet. She was amazing.
Anyway, thank you so much for being here. It was
Thank you.
such a pleasure getting to know you more
you.
and showing our people who you are if they don't know who you are, which is crazy. But thanks for sitting with us. I know you have to wake up super
I do.
early, and I'm so sorry we kept you so long.
No, don't apologize at all. Jesse was like, listen, Tati, you can talk all night, so just zip it and go to bed. And I was like,
he did say that?
he did. I was like, okay.
Okay, all right, we'll cut it. We'll cut it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay
I'm gonna make room
from
for you now.
Capital Growth Inc. We
Where are
love
you
having you
going?
on as a sponsor.
Oh,
We're
I'm
just
sorry.
logging out, and then we'll say goodbye to you properly.
Hi.
Anyway, thank you, Tati. Thank you, Brian, for producing and everything. And
Thank you,
so much.
Brian.
Brian.
Oh, you have to say our little lockout. I'll go first, and then you go, and then Erik hopefully will.
Wait, did you guys get a catchphrase, or did you?
No, not
Oh,
yet.
okay.
We're working on it. We're hoping next week we will. How do you like podcast and chill?
Oh, I like that.
Do you like
Like
that?
a play off of Netflix and chill?
Yes,
I do
We
like
just
that.
got that one today or tonight.
But you know, that one sounds almost like
I know. See, we don't want to be anymore.
yeah.
Right.
So
he's like, speak for yourself. Anyway, this is what we say at the end of every podcast. Ready? Love your podcast.
okay. 3, 2, 1. Love your podcast.
Thank you for coming on tonight.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You were a delight.
Needs to
Aw.
go to sleep.
Love
You
your
don't-
podcast.
Thank you.
Love
I
your
love you,
podcast.
my sweet, sweet babies. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching on Instagram and on YouTube.